Hello, everybody. I am Jay Ward.
And I'm Wayne Carini, and this is Talking Classic Cars. So, Jay, what's going on in Jay's world?
Well, I just got back from Radnor Hunt Concours, and that's out in the Philadelphia area. And for those who don't know, Radnor Hunt is the oldest fox hunting organization, non-stop running fox hunting organization in the U.S. They started in 1889, I think. Still doing fox hunting 3 times a week. They do not kill the fox. They chase it down. They let it go. It's sort of catch and release. But pretty cool. They've kept this tradition alive. And out of this, they've grown a pretty cool little Concours d'Elegance on the grounds of Radnor Hunt.
Yeah, I've been once myself, and it was a really wonderful show. I liked the place it's at and sort of those 3 levels of the grounds there, where they park the cars on one level and next level up, and of course it includes a lot of motorcycles too, which you know that I'm a big fan of bikes.
Yeah. So
it's a wonderful show. Unfortunately, they seem to have it every year when I've got something else going on that I've committed to, through my relationships with other companies. So I'm not been able to go, but I hear it's just a fabulous show. What was there?
Yeah. This year they featured Pierce Arrow, which I know you would have been a big fan of. Little British car called the FRW. I can't think of the name of this little British car. There's only 5 or 6 in the US, and they were all there. There was a number of neat things. Here was the tragic part. They had a tremendous amount of rain this year. So I'd say about 40% of the cars stayed in trailers or stayed out in the parking lot and did not set up their cars. So that was unfortunate.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. The good news is I was able to go visit the 3 Dog Garage in Boyertown. So Ross Meyer's hot rod collection, which is mind-blowingly good. Ross walked me through the entire collection, all 3 floors of the main building and the new building he had it with the race cars and the Mike Smith Ford collection and his Pierce Arrows, all in this other mega building. And you've been there. You can eat off the floor how clean and perfect and cool this place is, with vintage neon everywhere and an amazing, amazing collection of cars.
Unfortunately, I got to report that I've never been there. I've tried several times, but never fits into the schedule. But Ross is always so pleasant and invited me back, even though that I can't make it. He keeps trying. So hopefully we're going to make that happen. I'm going to be doing something in the near future that Ann Lee out in Sparks, Nevada, has invited me to see her collection for years and years. Well, it's finally going to come true in November. I've got a speaking engagement out in Sacramento, and I'm going to make the trip over to see Ann Lee. So these are things on my bucket list that I've really got to visit. Ross is such a great guy and a great collector. Of course, you and I are so interested in hot rods. Well, he's got like the creme de la creme of hot rods in his collection.
Honestly, the best stuff outside the Peterson. If you're going to be in Sacramento and up in Reno, you're going to be in my neck of the woods. Maybe we can try and connect and go see Ann together. I'm happy to carry your luggage or, wait out in the car with the air conditioning on just to be in the presence of her amazing collection. I'd be thrilled.
And we're gonna go there on Thursday. I'm flying in to Reno, and we're gonna go there. So yeah, you're in.
Okay, I love it. Count me in. So yeah, I was at Radnor Hunt. Tell me, were you in? What is this thing called the Big E? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so I was at the Big E. The Big E is the Eastern States Exposition, which is the largest fair in New England. So all of the states in New England put together this huge fair. It's held in West Springfield, Massachusetts, every year in September, and it goes until October. It's like a 3-week fair, and it's really fabulous. And so a few years ago, Mike Brewer started coming over and doing a thing called Collector Car Live. He did that for a couple of years, and then they invited me to be part of that. And Mike and I have done it together for probably 8 years now, and it is a ball. We basically have a car show, and we talk to people about their cars. It used to be that we brought them up on stage, and we introduced them to the audience. In the past, we've had 500 and 600 people in the audience. They're working on a new location for us for next year, but it's a lot of fun. Ernie Bach Jr. was our honored guest this year. And Ernie, of course, is a huge collector of Italian sports cars. And being involved with Subaru, his dad was the United States importer for Subaru at one time. And so we had a Subaru race car out of out of a shop up in Vermont where our friend Matt there lives, and it's the wildest speed shop I think I've ever seen. It's so clean and spotless, and they make every Subaru race car that's raced around the world is made right there in Vermont. So very, very cool. And we just got up on some chairs and we had some conversations with the audience for about an hour. I love Mike to death. He and his wife, Michelle, are some of my favorite people. So, but we had the opportunity to go into a quiet room before the show began, and we did a little interview. So let's listen to that now.
Fantastic.
We're at the Big E. I'm here with Mike Brewer, Michelle.
Hi.
Nice to see you guys.
Wayne, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, we always have fun here at the Big E.
We certainly do. Yeah, this is my 10th year at the Big E, and I think you come and joined me about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's the one part of the year that's in my calendar that I always get excited on the build-up to it because I know I'm going to come and hang with you.
Well, hanging out with you guys is spectacular. Coming to the Big E is such a big thing for me because I came here as a child and every fall with my family. So it's great to be part of this. And then we have such a good time talking to people and talking to our crowds. Your show, my show, you've been on 20 plus years.
Yeah, 20 years of Wheeler Dealers. We're just celebrating that now.
Yeah, and we were on for 18 seasons of chasing classic cars. I'm off doing some new projects now. So we're doing some stuff and a podcast, which is this recording is going to be on the podcast.
Oh, I can't believe I'm a guest on your podcast, Wayne. It's wonderful.
So we just want to know what's been going on with you guys. It's been so long. Well, not really. Last time we saw each other was, May?
Was it May this year? Yes, we were together in May this year.
Yeah, Riverside, California for McGuire's.
Yeah, so the Benedict Castle Concours the Elegance, which is always a wonderful show. It's to raise money for Teen Challenge.
Yeah.
And both myself and you and Chip Foose and other celebrities, we give up our time for free to go and support the McGuire family and raise money.
And of course, to really recognize Nicole McGuire as being the person that put this together. And unfortunately, she's passed. And so we go to support both the family and the cause.
Certainly do. Weird, though, this was the first time we've done it without Nicole, all of us.
Right.
But she was so very much there.
Yes.
Everywhere you turned, you could feel the presence of Nicole at that event. I thought that was really lovely.
And it was a wonderful stage show, too, that, we had all these great celebrities. Iski. 102 years old.
Yeah, Corky. You and Corky had a moustache on. We got in the crowd to judge who had the best moustache.
They saw that on the internet last week.
It was quite funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I think he just claimed he was the winner, but I still think yours is better.
Well, I called it a tie.
Yeah.
I called it a tie.
I don't know it's a tie. I think you got a better moustache.
Yeah.
But no, that was really good. But in the interim period, Wayne, since we last seen you, for us it becomes show season. So after we did the show in Benedict Castle, we're back over to the motherland, to England, and we've got a whole range of shows we do throughout the summer. We did the Silverstone Festival, previously called the Silverstone Classic. So it's a full motor racing event with historic cars, really going for it and racing. And in between every race, I'm there on a live stage to entertain the crowd.
That must be fun.
It's great fun. Yeah, I think there's over 100,000 people turn up over each day. And this year we see some amazing racing. Tarun Kandok, who's one of the ex-Formula One drivers, was driving some other guy's £40 million short wheelbase Ferrari 250, and it exploded into flames and caught fire.
Oh my.
And you're thinking, wow, you wouldn't want to be the one responsible for that. Somebody's asked you to drive their car and you come back with a set of keys and
that's about it.
And that's about it. But no, they managed to get the fire out, so that was a good one. And then from there, we host the British Car Show, which is this huge event at Farnborough Airport across 4 days. Yeah. I'm the host of the show in the live arena and all the action. There's stunts and world record attempts and classic car parades and supercar parades, and I host all of that. That's 4 excruciating days. And then after that, it's we hoover here to come and do the Big E, and then we're back to go and do the big one of the year, which is the Classic Car Show at the NEC in Birmingham.
Yeah, that's the one I've got to come to. Hopefully next year.
We are absolutely. We're trying to get you there as quickly as we can.
That'd be great. Yeah, well, I'm on the same schedule. We just went to Pebble Beach. And that takes up 10 of my days going to Pebble, and I'm preparing to go. So we took an Edwards America. We took second in our class and won the Briggs Cunningham Award there with that car.
Congrats.
And, thanks. We brought an Aston Martin to the Quail, and so just have a great time. Next year will probably be my last year for a little while. It'll be my 40th straight year at Pebble.
What?
So
that's the end of Pebble then. If you don't turn up, not like royalty. Every picture that anyone ever posts of Pebble or Quail, anyone on social media has got a picture of you in it.
Because I'm everywhere.
You're literally everywhere. And I don't know this person, but there's Wayne. I don't know this person, but there's Wayne. So if you don't turn up, it's not the right.
Well, I mean, I'll go back, but I just wanted a little break, So 40 straight years is a long time. And now I want to go over to Goodwood. I want to do some things in Europe, Villa d'Este. I want to go to Goodwood, the hill climb, as well as the Festival of Speed.
Fantastic.
So after this, I'm in Detroit next weekend. The following weekend, I'm in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm in Chattanooga, in Birmingham, SEMA. And then I go to California again to give a speech, and then we do several things with the Savoy Museum down in Georgia.
That's fantastic.
So I'm all over the place, and I tried to slow down. I was usually 190 days on the road, and I wanted to slow down and maybe bring it down to 110 days. But like today here at the Biggie, it's going to be so much fun going out there talking to people. We're going to have Ernie Bach Jr. with us. Ernie's a great guy. And we're going to be speaking to him about how he got involved with cars. And of course, his dad became the Subaru distributor for the United States back when no one wanted to even talk about Subaru.
Yeah.
So it's a great story about cars and his family too.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're still enjoying it. And
we enjoy it. And I work for Haggerty, so Haggerty has me doing certain things. I'll be in Sacramento at the Sacramento Car Museum, giving a speech there.
Mike Carini on tour. Yeah, exactly. But talking of Wheeler Dealers on tour, we're actually doing a Wheeler Dealers on tour at the moment. So we're making a new series where we're taking the program to the territories where we've got a big presence. So Germany, France, Italy, obviously the UK, Poland. We're kind of massive in Poland. And we're also making 4 episodes in Australia, so down under as well. So it's going to be quite exciting.
I can't wait to go to Europe and visit my fans. I've been stuck here because of my business. And then, of course, so my book is coming out in January. My Life with Cars is the name of the book.
There's a whole chapter in there, by the way, dedicated to me.
To Mike and Michelle Brewer. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a very short chapter, but it's a chapter.
Excellent chapter.
It's full of passion, not too many words. But we have so much fun together. That's the key to
We certainly do. And it's about that, isn't it? And it's so weird because when we do,
that's
when we do,
that's right.
When we do Benedict Castle, I always think when me and you've worked professionally on stage together for the last 10 years, upfront events and at SEMA for Discovery Channel and shows like the Big E. And I always think it's the cars, isn't it? It's not so much us. It's the cars that bring these people together.
That's right.
And it's the universal love that we all have for the same thing.
We could be collecting stamps.
Exactly.
And there's cults of that, but we chose cars, which is really a much more exciting thing than stamps, I think.
And I think it was words that I'm going to steal from Barry Maguire. He once said, I've never met a bad car guy. Every car guy I ever meet they seem to be good, nice people.
Absolutely.
And I totally agree with that. I'm
really nice people.
Just the people who've got good cars tend to be really good people. And they're lovely people to be around.
And of course, as Barry says, every person is a car guy, not women included.
Yeah, car gal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my daughter, Lindsay, I introduced her to Barry when she was 13 years old. And he says, are you a good car guy? And she goes, I'm a car girl. Well, no, come on. Everybody's a car guy. So we love Barry.
I think that had resonated with him because he now calls them car gals.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so it must be from Lindsay. It must have resonated.
That's right. So we're going to go out there. We're going to pick some cars. So they've got 4 trophies plus best in show. And so I think it's time to get out there and do some judging. And then we'll be on stage from 12:30 to 1:30, and then 1:30 to about 2:15 or so, sign some autographs. Unfortunately, I'm missing my grandson's birthday party today, but he's 8.
Is he really?
But at 3 o'clock, they're giving him this quad that his dad bought for him. So I have to be there to see his face when they give that away. So I'm going to stick with you till about 2:15.
And then you're going to hightail it over
that hot rod and I'm going to blast off.
Okay, so make sure he's wearing a crush helmet first time he gets on that quad.
Well, he does. I mean, he wears that all the time. You know, he and I are go-kart racing now, and so
I've seen it.
So
yes, I've seen that.
Racing.
It's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, what a way to have some time with your grandchild that you can really get involved with, giving them a step into our world of motorsport, and to get him in a go-kart.
On his 5th birthday, I asked him what he wanted more than anything in the world. And he says, I want to go for riding a Pierce Arrow. We have a 16 Pierce Arrow. So we're out on that ride, and he says, Pop, this is my favorite car in the world.
Wow.
I love this car. And I said, happy birthday, Connor. It's your car. I gave it to him for his birthday.
That's amazing.
So every year now he pulls in the driveway on his birthday, and he says, which one am I getting this year? Well, he'll get one for Christmas. He has a trust with several cars in it. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah, he is, and I'm very fortunate. I'm just so fortunate that he is. But we'll take him no matter what they are, because they're just so special. We have a granddaughter now, Caroline, and Caroline, all she does is take the little cars and go vroom around the room with it. Just drives the school bus.
Must be something in the...
She's 2. She'll be 3 in December.
It must be something in the DNA, the Carini's DNA. It must be there, mustn't it? I mean, you have, tennis players, the kids become tennis players, Formula 1 drivers, kids become Formula 1 drivers.
Yeah.
The Carini family must have just been born to love cars and do deals.
I think so. It's Carini. So there's cars in the name.
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah.
This guy got with so much knowledge, though, isn't he?
Of course, yeah. I mean,
he's got it because he soaks everything in. He just talks about cars. He listens. I always told him that. Just listen, and you'll learn all.
And encourage that.
Dad said that too.
Yeah, just encourage it. If they love cars, encourage it as much as they can. If they're no good at math, don't worry about it. Encourage them to love cars, because look at what it's done for me and you. Our love of cars have given us this amazing life.
We were lucky at the right place at the right time with the right knowledge, and luck is preparation meets opportunity. And that's what I agree.
And hard work.
But we were prepared when somebody offered us these deals.
Yeah.
And look how it worked out. I mean, and so we've touched so many lives all over the world, but they've touched our lives too.
It certainly have, yeah.
Let's go out and judge some cars.
Well, thank you very much, Wayne.
Thank you.
Appreciate being on your podcast, and good luck.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Wow, that was an absolutely great interview. Well, I'm still in the afterglow of Pebble Beach, and what an awesome time we have. What did you think, Wayne? The whole opportunity we had to get up on the stage during the forums.
The forum was really great, having Adam Carolla there, and of course Danny Sullivan, really fantastic, and the new voice of the Pebble Beach Concours,
Amanda Stratton.
So she was great, and it was so great to see so many people come out and enjoy the seminar we did. So that was a lot of fun. Of course, Pebble is Pebble. It's really fantastic. I showed the Edwards America, and we came in second in our class, which we're thrilled about, and then won the Briggs Cunningham Award. So the car performed well on the show field as well as driving it on the tour. It was always a big plus. And I think Pebble was pretty special this year in that we got to see some unbelievable cars that I've never seen before. And that's why we go there. And I saw so many more Europeans there this year than I have in the past few years since COVID. So I think everything has turned the corner, and Pebble's back to its normal self again.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You had a number of collectors who either couldn't come over because of COVID restrictions or couldn't get their cars over because there was so many container and transportation and shipping issues. People forget how bad it screwed up shipping around the world for a few years to untangle the mess of container ships that were backed up.
Nobody wants their car sitting out in the ocean in a container ship, and floating around for months.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, and they were paying double and triple what they normally would pay to have their car sitting out in the ocean. So it was absolutely terrible. I get it, and it's so good to see that the show is bringing back its international flavor. So Wayne, Pebble was awesome. Your time at the Big E was great. I had a great time at Radnor Hunt despite the rain because of the Ross Meyer Three Dog Garage tour. What are you up to next? Where are you off to? I know you're in Detroit right now for the Concours with Haggerty. Tell me a quick bit about what you're doing this weekend and then where you're off to from there.
Yeah, so we've got tonight on Friday evening here in Detroit, we've got a Cars and Community, a little get-together, a little party out at the Detroit Institute. So the Art Institute is a wonderful building, great area of Detroit. Detroit's really making a great comeback. We went to dinner last night at a fabulous new restaurant, so everything's cooking here. And then I'll be judging tomorrow and then on a plane at about 7:00 going home, trying to make it to another show of our good friend Philip with the Turtle Show. Then I'm off to Drayen the week after. I'm in Birmingham at the Barber Museum the weekend after that to do a little talk down at the museum and go to the motorcycle races. Fabulous time I have down there every year. If everyone that's listening hasn't been to the Barber Museum, please take a trip down there. You'll be blown away by the museum and the grounds and everything that George Barber does down there. And then I'm off to, Chattanooga, where I'm going to see you on the 13th, 14th of October. We'll be down in Chattanooga together.
That's right.
With some great friends. That's becoming a really wonderful Concours down there. And they do such a great job putting that thing together with some racing and a Concours on Sunday. It's a really great event.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's my first time going, and I'm super excited to be there. And it's really an all-star list of people that go to this thing. In fact, the B-52s are playing on Friday night, which I was shocked to see. And they're honoring Brian Redman. They've got, just a ton of really great things going.
Yeah. And Luigi Canetti Jr., they're honoring him too. And I said when I asked them if I could still come, and they said, absolutely, we'd love to have you. I said, well, as long as I get to go up on stage and sing Love Shack with the B-52s, that's one thing I really needed to do. So
boy.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh boy.
I think they're going to put me backstage, really far backstage to do that.
Yeah, way off microphone.
That's right.
One of the things that I brought to Radnor Hunt was our life-size Lightning McQueen. We only have one life-size Lightning McQueen that's not in a Disney park on the East Coast. It lives at the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and I was able to cajole them to bring it up to Radnor Hunt. And the other event they're going to bring it to is to Chattanooga. So if you go to the Chattanooga Motorcar Festival, you will see the one and only life-size Lightning McQueen on the entire Eastern Seaboard. You can walk right up to it, and I'll be there and happy to, do little McQueen drawings for people and say hi to folks and take pictures with the kids. So that will be there.
That's fabulous. I was thinking of you yesterday when I saw a little film with you talking about Lightning McQueen in the Henry Ford Museum. So I visited the Henry Ford Museum yesterday, came around the corner, and bigger than life, there you were on the screen talking about Lightning McQueen. So
that's right. That was for the Doc Hudson. The Hudson Hornet was just inducted into the HVA, the Historic Vehicle Association, because the Hudson Hornet is really considered an iconic car. And I think we helped, the movie Cars helped bring the Hudson Hornet's recognition to a younger generation that otherwise had really no interest in that car. So that was the part that we got to play, which was really fun.
And I really thank you for that, because I have a 53 Hudson Hornet myself. And so every time my grandson looks at it, he calls it Doc Hudson. And of course, the voice of that was Paul Newman. And so having that put together, it means a lot to us. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So cool. So cool. The reason I can't join you at the Audrain is because I'll be out here on the West Coast at the Rennsport reunion.
Oh, wow.
So
that's cool.
So that is Porsche's 4-day festival. Only happens once every 4 years.
Wow.
So it's been a while, but they are going to have a tremendous gathering of Porsche race cars and road cars and famous drivers and everybody in the world that's ever touched the world of Porsche will be there. In fact, I think they're forecasting about 80,000 people to show up to Laguna Seca that weekend.
Wow. Well, that's going to be a fabulous event. That's for sure. Wish I could make it, but we can't be at 2-3 places at the same time. So you cover the West Coast, I'll cover the East Coast, and we'll see if we can meet together in Chattanooga and trade notes.
Yeah, and if I find somebody interesting to talk to, I'll try to bring my recorder along and get some interviews, and we can talk about them later.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to be doing the same thing this afternoon here in Detroit with Ed Welburn. We're going to be sitting down and talking about his career and what he's been doing since his retirement.
Great.
All right, guys, I will see you later on. I'm off to to look at new Corvettes here in Detroit up at Madick Chevrolet. So I'll be doing that, and I look forward to seeing you guys and talking to you later.
Sounds great. Give my best to Ed Welburn and McKeel Haggerty and everybody over in Detroit. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Wayne.
Take care.